Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to watch this and we will dig deep into it. This has been a controversial topic, particularly amongst Southeasterners, and I'm talking about Igbos. What exactly is it that Southeasterners want? In fact, could this also be part of what Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, requested, amongst other things? I'm sure you must have heard this countless times. Let us dig deep. But before we proceed, please like, share, tap on the subscribe button.
Call the Southeast landlocked. It's a fiction. Geography is stubborn. Look closer at these blue veins. Trace the Imo River from Aba. No dams, no waterfalls, just one blue highway straight to the Atlantic. Obuaku is only 25 nautical miles from the sea. That is functionally closer to the ocean than Lagos. Osiakwa holds a secret, a natural depth of 65 feet, deeper than the dredged channels of Lagos. This isn't the Caribbean, it's Azumini. That crystal blue water proves a deep channel free of silt. Biology debunks politics. These are mangroves in landlocked Abia. You don't find saltwater plants inland. Oguta Lake isn't a dead end. It's a funnel. The Orashi River carries it straight to the Gulf of Guinea. In 1907, the British used this river to move palm oil. The water didn't shrink. We just forgot. You don't dredge a dead end. The government is clearing Orashi because the Navy knows. It's a gate. Political borders are imaginary. Remove them and the landlocked Southeast disappears. We are literal. Why choke in Lagos traffic? The Imo River offers a 25-mile express lane to the Atlantic. The Navy is building a base at Oguta. They need deep water. That base is the ultimate proof. Check the math. Osiakwa is 18 miles from the ocean. Oni is 60. We are closer to the sea. Geologically, this is the Benin Formation. The earth beneath Abia is the same as Port Harcourt. We call it estuarine continuity. No dams, just a continuous flow from the hinterland to the ocean. We burn billions trucking goods. The solution isn't roads. It's the blue highway in our backyard. The Supreme Court ruled on oil wells, not physics. Losing territory doesn't block a river's flow. Look at the width at Obuaku. This isn't a creek. It is a massive corridor waiting for a port. Southeast Nigeria is not landlocked. It is land-linked. We don't need a miracle, just dredgers. Presented by Mabrig Research System, where research skills, faith, and modern technology meet. Don't just watch. Share this video. Let the truth flow like these rivers.
Conversation as to whether or not Ikore is Igbo has been a controversial one.
But I was wrong. Okuku is wrong. All of them were wrong. Livingstone Uche is wrong. Chimene is wrong. They are all wrong because they live in Ikore and I think that they're Ikore. There is nothing like I'm Ikore Igbo. Amechi was wrong. Ikore is not Igbo. Did not start today. It started from when Ikore people noticed that Igbo people are trying to take them over. That was way back in the 40s. Through the Igbo unions. And Ikore started forming their own and said, no, we're not you. If you go to Okrika, you see Igbo names. Go to any part of Calabar, you see Igbo names. Aside Dokuboto, that is an Igbo man. There is nowhere in this former Eastern region you will find Igbo names. You know, go in the Igbo names. Before Williams Commission of 1958, Ikore had established that we are not Igbo, and therefore we began to talk with Dapabriye, with the BRICS. How do we form River State out of this wood that are oppressing us? It was agreed that Igbos were oppressing us. By 1967, the same Origi, BRICS, and Dapabriye went to go on, create state for us, create River State for us, and go on created. What will be the capital? They told Port Harcourt. And it was given to them. Igbos were angry with that. So, Igbo man's interest is they want to have access to that sea through Ikore, which is easier for them than to pass through any other means. You can't pass through Ogoni, Akwa Ibom, to the sea. It won't be reasonable for you to pass through Ijo. You won't agree. Ijo is stronger. So the only way is Port Harcourt, is Ikore. That's why they want to die inside that claim. They are landlocked. Don't you import in Lagos? Don't you have access to your goods? So what must Ikore be able for you to have access to the sea? No. There is this insidious aggressiveness in imposing Igbo on everybody around them. Records have shown that is Igbo lineage to Ikore. You have Aro between Obakere and Emoha, which you chase later, move them to Alo.
Okay.
Go to Ishokbo, that's Azumini, Aros. Ishokbo said, no, you don't stay with us, come and stay here. Our politicians do not understand, or they refuse to understand. that you can't mix these two things. If Mbata was knowledgeable enough, Mbata should have said, no, I'm an Ikwere man. I can't be Ohaneze the president. So Mbata is causing problem for us. And that is why Ohaneze has declared him an enemy of Ikwere. And truly he's an enemy of Ikwere till the end of the world.
Anytime you talk about Biafra, the Igbos will be quick to include the oil-rich states like the Calabar, the Akwa Ibom, the rivers, claiming it used to be among the eastern region then. But the eastern region comprises of other states too, like the rivers, the Akwa Ibom, but they are not Igbo. It's just that the Igbos were a majority in the then eastern region with 5 states. And that does not make the other minority state Igbo land or Igbo. Even late Ojukwu knows this. And because of the rich oil reserve, he wants to claim the rivers, the Akwa Ibom, the Bayelsa into Igbo land, claiming them to be Biafra, claiming them to be Igbo. But federal government destroyed his plan. He was asked then to take only the 5 Igbo states, but he refused because he knows that the Igbo land is empty. Even Nnamdi Kanu knows this. He was told in prison then in 2017 under the Buhari administration to take only the 5 Igbo states, but he refused. They were all interested in the Niger Delta oil and nothing more. The Biafra they are fighting for is not for liberation, but for Niger Delta oil. And they all know that the Igbo land is empty. And you people can see in present day Nigeria, the highest migration within Nigeria is Igbo people. They don't have anything in their states. And the dream of every young Igbo man or Igbo boy is to leave his state. Any Igbo man that will tell you that federal government is holding Biafra, ask them to go alone with their 5 states. You will see they will refuse because they know their state is empty. Nobody is holding Igbo man from going. But it is Igbo people that wants to drag other states with them. And that is why Biafra with Igbo mentality will not work. I have said my own.
Welcome back. Now, that has always been a controversial topic between Igbos and those that are non-Igbos in the southeast, or let's say southwest, south, and of course, southeast. It has always been. If you listen to the analysis, you hear, oh, Calabar, this and that. But are Calabars, are they Igbos? No. You heard what that man said. It's a serious matter. So let us look at some few pointers here so we can have clarity. This also points to or let's say connects to the Biafra heartbeat. They talk about Biafra. If you recall, Nnamdi Kanu was given 5 states. Now, when I say Nnamdi Kanu was given 5 states, not like the government of Nigeria was so afraid of him and then they say, oh, take 5 states so that you don't bring Nigeria down. No, they just felt through politicians in the southeast, they were able to meet up with the then president, late Buhari, and they said, look, this is what our ancestors, our fathers, mothers died for. And this young man is agitating for the same. And the man is like, all right, you know what? Take 5 states. That's your 5 states. Ebonyi State, Anambra State, Imo State, Abia State, Enugu State, and go form your nation. You guys speak the same language. Go ahead, do your thing. Nnamdi Kanu refused. Why did Nnamdi Kanu refuse? Are we going to say the gentleman that spoke just now is correct? Absolutely. That the reason why Ikwere people in Port Harcourt are being asked to be part of the Southeast or Igbo or the Biafra is because of what they have in their space. Let us be sincere. Bayelsa, like he said, Asari Dokubo was an Igbo man. Because in Asari Dokubo's dialect, he said, I'm a Ijo man. In his dialect, there are some Igbo words and here and there spoken. Now, does it make him Igbo man? We have to look into history. There are times that people pick languages from contact, either buying and selling and all of that. So it could be, and of course, marriage too. Does it make Ijaw people in Bayelsa, Igbo people? Do not forget that we have other Ijaw ethnic group in Yoruba land, like in Ondo State, like Showore. Showore is an Ijaw man, but he doesn't speak Igbo. Are we going to say Showore is also an Igbo man? Possibly, right? Anyway, talking about landlocking and all of that. Is it truly a landlocked region? Let us look at Anambra, Imo, Abia. Those are in the inland. But somehow, traditionally, Igbo territories extend to the river Niger, which flows into the Atlantic Ocean via a vast network of creeks, mangroves, giving them access to the sea. Though direct, major seaports within core Igbo land have been a historical point of contention and debate. River access. River Niger, a major waterway that traverses traditional Igbo land and ultimately connects to the Atlantic Ocean, Bight of Bonny. Of course, we have creek systems too, a complex system of creeks and mangrove swarms that connects part of Igbo land to the sea, providing navigable routes. About the historical debate, the idea that Igbo land is landlocked is often a political narrative or misunderstanding, with many sources emphasizing its inherent maritime connections through the Niger Delta region. Now, talking about the Niger Delta region, that's the South-South. Are they interested in being part of the 5 states that I've mentioned? Now, Enugu, Abia, Imo, and Anambra are central Igbo land. And of course, we have Delta State. Delta State will be cut off from the 5 states. Now, people are asking, what will now happen to Igbo people in Delta State? The question we should ask is this: are the Igbo-speaking people, the Igbos in, let's say, Benue, let's say in other parts, like, are they majority or minority? Did they sojourn into those places, or was it the division of states that brought about them being part of that part or being part of that state? These are questions. Now, in conclusion, or in essence, while Igbo land lacks large dedicated seaports within its immediate heartland, it is geographically linked to the Atlantic via the powerful Niger River system, making this landlocked label inaccurate. Question is this: what do Igbo businessmen, yes, Igbo businessmen, stakeholders, what do they want to do with this River Niger? Some are saying, let it be dredged. Let it be dredged. Let it be dredged so we can work. Let it be dredged. Let it be dredged. The truth of the matter is this. This terrible lie has been institutionalized, pervades since the end of the Civil War. The talk about Igbo land being landlocked and has no access to the sea. It has access to the sea. It only takes the will of stakeholders to do for themselves what needs to be done. Canvassing, pressing. After all, you have senators who are Southeasterners, who are Igbos. They can push so that the waterways and slithering tributaries, talk about Oguta Lake, Urashi River, somewhere in Ihala. These waterways can be made use of. I'm not even including Port Harcourt, Calabar, and Ibaka Sip. I'm not talking about that because they do not want to be part of the Biafra. They don't speak Igbo language. They don't want to be part of it. Well, the less obvious one is the little known Osiakwa Urashi in Hiala, Anambra State, which is mere 18 nauticals to the Atlantic, all with its 65 feet of natural depth. Just look at the depth. We can as well say this unarguably comparable to no other river in Nigeria. This should be worked upon. But with the continuous and narrative, oh, you know, the sea cannot be accessed, let them just give us the sea. Once they give us sea, let them do this, we'll be fine. Truth of the matter is this: stakeholders are not yet ready. They are not yet ready. If they are ready, all of this will be done. It will be done because you have your politicians in the Senate. They should sit on it until it is gotten. Or maybe the easiest of it, go with the 5 states, and that's the end of it.